Yo, welcome back to TD Takes. I'm Terrell here with Joe, and we're diving into the hottest stories in sports, wild debates, and a couple bold takes you won't hear anywhere else. Let's get into it. How you doing, Joe?
Yeah, I'm not too bad, brother. How you doing?
I gotta get used to these intros, man. I'm doing good, dude. Doing good. Trying to get some sleep tonight, but the baby was born 2 days ago, so
Finally made it back home.
finally made it back home, and that just whew, it's just tiring. Every 2 hours is no joke. So
Yeah.
as you can see, I'm yawning, but I'm excited because my son's here. Little Cameron's here. But if everybody's tuning in, is watching the Indiana Pacers put in that work.
Hey, like I said, bro, OKC wanted to go to Game 7 and win at home.
It's all right, man. I already told everybody. I said, hey,
I'm telling you. I said
everybody thought it was over. I said, you can't come. I said, you can't come into Indiana talking like that.
Okay, let them know. Okay.
That's crazy. Indiana's known for balling. We're ballers. You got to hurt our best player to have a chance. You feel me? But yeah, let's get into these topics, man. Right. Let's get into it. Shout out the BG ambassador position first.
Hey, yeah.
We got some big news for Joe. For Joe.
Out here starting new things. Got a BG ambassador for NoCo, Northern Colorado, up here. Fort Collins, Loveland, Windsor, Greeley, Berkeley, Longmont area. So, yeah.
You know what it is.
All my friends, anybody that plays cornhole in that area, if you see it, by chance, hit me up. We'll get stuff tagged so you can find my links and all that stuff.
Yeah, but yeah, if you guys throw any cornhole, man. Joe does tournaments and stuff. He was at an ESPN tournament, things like that. If you guys play cornhole and you need a promo code and things like that for bags, or just need that hookup, shout out to Joe. Let's go.
Here we go.
Ambassador. Yeah, that's cool though. If you guys have any questions on that, just reach out. But we're going to get into the rest of these topics. One of the topics I have for today that I came up this week is it harder to win an NBA Finals or a Super Bowl? Because, we got the NBA Finals going on right now, and it's a 7-game final, so back and forth. What do you think, Joe?
So I guess that really goes back to that, they play 80 games, so they're really playing 80 games. Not necessarily. Not every player is playing 80 full games every season, Not saying that there aren't players that are doing it, but like, every player playing 80 games every season and then going into the playoffs and playing through playoffs and then going, through, you go to the conference, finals and all that stuff. Like, that's a lot of games. You're playing up to 7 games
and each round
playoff.
Yeah.
So I see that in itself as being hard. But check this out. You go to the NFL, you haven't played 80 games. These dudes are playing, they're still hitting hard, hungry. Look at how Aaron Donald played in the Super Bowl. Look at how he was pregame. Look at how Ray Lewis played in the Super Bowl. How he was pregame. Look how Von Miller was in the Super Bowl. Like, these dudes out here eat but look at also what happened to the Broncos 2 years before that with Seattle in the boom. Russ was, playing against the Legion of Boom defense before the no-fly zone. So things like that. It's happened to us, but it's also, we've had it happen. So I think that in itself is also very, very hard. Limited playoff spots. There's more playoff spots in NBA. And now in NBA, there's that play-in tournament where you can win a trophy. That isn't in the NFL. So and then in the NBA, you have a chance to play for the USA and get a gold medal. You don't have that in the NFL. They're making it for a flag football league, but that's not the National Football League. That's not what they do. That's not padded football, coaches calling out plays. That's, you know what I'm saying? It's a little bit different.
It's a little bit different. We got to see it.
There's a lot more chances for you to win something in NBA, which is why I say NFL's harder. You only get one opportunity, one shot once a year. Tell me not. You get one shot once a year, whereas in the NBA, you get 2 shots once a year, as well as 3 shots. Makes it a 3rd shot every 4 years with the Olympics. And that's for multiple countries, bro. Jokic goes and plays in Serbia with Doncic.
And they ain't never got a ring. They ain't never got a world title in Serbia. So
they've gotten medals, though. That's what I'm saying. Is winning a medal in the Olympics for 2nd or 3rd not in itself an accomplishment of its own.
Yeah, it is. This one's
so
hard,
you're telling me that you get you get top 3 places in the Olympics, right? for NBA teams. Get NBA finals and an in-season tournament finals now. To me, it's no brainer. NFL.
What's a
Get
play-in?
one
I think
shot
it's.
once a year.
I'm not too sure the rules about the play-in, but
Still
I think
a
it's just
trophy.
playing to get
Still
to the
a trophy,
playoff.
and the Lakers not put it up, freaking big old, make a big deal when they got it.
I don't know. I think it's. I don't know. The finals are.
That's just my opinion, though. So,
That's a tough one.
like I
think the
said,
finals
you
are.
heard what I said. The finals is hard, but when you have all these other opportunities to win a type of chip, a type of trophy, a type of thing that nobody else can get, especially in the Olympics. If you're that caliber player, where other players do not get that opportunity and will never ever get that
I
opportunity.
mean, Olympics aside, in the NFL, look at the Chiefs, bro. Every year they get what? Home field advantage throughout the entire playoffs. At least in the NBA, it goes, oh, OKC Pacers. You at least get a chance to play at least 2 games at your home court, and you got to go over there and show. I don't know, man. I'm kind of leaning toward the NBA kind of being harder because you got to win in your home court and win in your opponent's home court, and it's longer. I don't know. I think the NFL's hard too, though, because look at the Bills, man. They got there, and just failed. Man, that's tough. Is it easier to win a Super Bowl or an NBA Finals? I'm gonna have to go with, or is it harder to win an NBA Finals or a Super Bowl? I think it's harder to win a Super Bowl, just barely, just barely.
I think, like I said, you know,
They're
I'm
super
thinking outside of the
close.
question. Don't get me wrong, finals is hard. I'm not taking it away. But
Finals is
with
way
all
hard.
the other things that you get with NBA, amounts of money and all that stuff that's different too. These players are getting paid big, you know. That's just like MLB too. Look how many games these guys play.
I still think it's hard. I don't know. I still think it's harder to win a Super Bowl, just barely though. But an NBA Finals is right there, and and depends on the day because man, like it's hard to win a final. It's hard to win a Super Bowl, but we'll go ahead and get to the next one. Next question, kind of in the same genre here, is what's harder, gaining a first down in the NFL or scoring a point in the NBA? I kind of had this worded differently at first. I had it, what's easier, what's harder, gaining a yard in the NFL? But gaining a yard in the NFL is too easy because you can just, you just dive forward if you wanted to and just dive on the ground. So I said first down. I figured a first down is equivalent to an NBA point. Because it's so hard to score on these.
I don't know. I don't know because you think about how fast you can score in the NBA, how fast you can put up 9, 10, 12 points.
Not on a defense. And these guys are,
bro.
You got Giannis who takes 4 steps and he's across the.
Go and you're just stepping at the freaking half court and you're shooting it and making it.
No, but no, these
3,
aren't
6, 9, 12.
No. These aren't for them. These are for us. What's harder for us?
I know.
Is it harder?
Yeah, I get that. So, but that's what I'm saying. So, what are you going out as? Are you a point? Are you a center? Are you a running back? Are you a quarterback?
You can be anything you want.
Receiver?
Anything you want. You just got to get a first down. You can catch a pass. You can run as a running back. You can run as a tight end. You can sneak it as the quarterback.
And so you're saying you need to get 10 yards as equivalent to one single measly lousy point in the NBA.
You're not scoring on an NBA player, bro.
Hell yeah, I am.
No, you're
not. You're telling me you're running over Ray Lewis, Steve Atwater, Brian Dawkinson, Troy
I have a better chance of juking them.
Fred
I think
Warner.
I have a better chance of juking them or spinning on them.
No, bro. These fools, this is what they live for. And you're talking about we're just about to go out there. You're about to, and you think about it. You get past one, and the defense does what a defense is supposed to do. You're getting another 9 yards past another how many defensive players versus just trying to get 1 point.
Or just
all I gotta do is get fouled, and I'm getting a free throw. I guarantee you, I'm shooting a free throw.
Nah, you can't do that. You have to score a point. Nah, you can't do that.
That is a point. That is a foul.
You know how tall the average NBA player is, bro?
Do you know how freaking...
Bro, Steph Curry is 6'2", 6'3". That's one of the shortest players. He's 6'3".
Yep.
He's as tall as you. Maybe even taller.
No, he's taller.
He's taller than me. That's fucking wild. I can't even imagine Steph Curry.
Bro, these dudes' hands are huge, too. Think about how big their hands are. Kawhi's hands will wrap around your head, dog.
Hey, comment down below. What's harder, gaining a first down in the NFL or scoring a point in the NBA? What do you guys think?
Yeah, let us know, guys. Let us go.
I legitimately think scoring a point in the NBA is harder than scoring a first down in the NFL. Because I'll put my juke on them. I'll put juke.
Hey, that's all right. That's all right. I guess we'll go ahead and do NBA since we kind of already been talking about it. So, yeah, it looks like Pacers are going to be taking this game. Series is going to be tied 3-3.
Yeah,
Going
right
to
now, live
OKC for
updates.
Game
We
7.
got live updates right now. We got 5 minutes, 44 seconds left in the fourth quarter of the Pacers game. The Pacers just broke 100 points. It's 100-75. We have, let's see, Siakam was 16, Embiid was 17, A. Smith was 10, Halliburton was 14. They're probably, you know why Halliburton probably has 14? I'm not watching the game right now. I'm just looking at the box score. They're probably resting him since they're up 30 in his calf. They're probably like, you know what? Let's just sit him.
Yeah.
For the rest of these quarters. He's got 2 more days to heal up.
Yeah.
He dropped 14. These other guys are definitely doing the thing. You got the Thunder. Let's see, Shy still's got. I don't know if
But speaking of Halliburton,
yeah, Shy
must
must be.
He was questionable before the game. Came in and he played in the whole game, or well, he played in the beginning of the game. He scored a decent amount of points, as you heard, but it does look like he was benched after they got that lead. Good for their team.
It looks like
so
Shy's
hopefully they have him for game
sitting
7
too, because he's still sitting at 21 points.
Yeah, so it's very possible. They know they're going to game 7, so they're trying to keep their players ready.
Not everybody can be the Indiana Pacers and come back, down 20, down 25, and come back and hit a game winner on you. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Keep talking. Next subject, please.
But it looks like, hold on, it looks like this game's going to game 7, and me and Joe's bet is still live. And you guys are going to see. So in 2 days from now, you guys are guaranteed going to see a live bet on the podcast.
A live payout, and a live receive by phone. You guys will see us receive the money.
Yeah, you guys will see it. And I got to figure out what I'm going to buy. My son
we already know what it is. So, anyways, next subject: Los Angeles Lakers sold for to Mark Walter for $10 billion, which would make it the highest sports franchise
$10 billion
in history, like sell in a sports franchise history. Excuse me.
$10 billion.
He also owns or is in ownership with quite a lot of other things, including Los Angeles Dodgers, a women's soccer team, and
$10 billion
women's basketball team. So
you can still hear
there's
me,
a few
right?
things that I think, and I think a F1 driver as well. So yeah, he's in Mark Walters in a lot of things. So good for them. It's pretty awesome. But yeah, we'll go ahead and move on to the next topic here. We're gonna go ahead and do some NBA. Or excuse me. We already did that. We're going to cover some NFL updates. TD takes NFL updates. Here we go, y'all. First up, Brandon Aiyuk looking to trade. Big time. Loss for the 49ers if it happens. They done lost him and Debo in one season. That'd be crazy.
It's not.
Here's some potential landing spots if it does happen. Washington Commanders, New England Patriots, Pittsburgh Steelers, Los Angeles Chargers, and Arizona Cardinals. So
Eagles, they said something about the Eagles, but we don't need that bum.
That's cap.
Just kidding. Just kidding. AU gain a bum. He'll dice us up. But yeah, man, I think he'd be a good fit for the Chiefs, and if the Chiefs get him, that's dangerous. That's dangerous because he can route. He's a really good route runner, and that's really dangerous.
For who? Not us, my boy. This lockdown city.
We'll see. Oh, I can't wait.
We'll get into that.
Wait.
Anyways, next up, Micah Parsons.
Still on a holdout.
Fake news. I just need to tell you that right now. Micah Parsons is not planning a training camp holdout despite ongoing contract extensions. Negotiations with the Dallas Cowboys. While he hasn't signed a new deal yet, he has been president of mandatory minicamp and has stated he will be at training camp in Oxnard regardless of the contract status.
No backbone.
He indicated his back was tight from training with the Trayvon Diggs and he might not practice if the tightness persists, but he will be there to learn.
He knows he don't deserve that big money, bro.
I know, he knew. Yeah, he knew people was going to be coming for him. He knew people was going to be coming for him.
He don't deserve that big money.
But hey, you don't go pay somebody like George Pickens and not pay your star defensive player who's in the top 5 defensive stats.
That's my problem, bro. That's why I love the Eagles. Bro. We pay our defensive stars.
They pay the defense.
We pay them. And so we figure out ways to pay our offense.
So does the Broncos.
Defense
we always have. Games. Defense wins championships. You already know it. Games.
We're going to go ahead.
Next up, go ahead.
Yeah, we'll go ahead and rock it over to Travis Kelce losing 25 pounds this year.
So that's another.
Hold on. Is this relationship weight or is this NFL weight? Is he losing this 25 pounds for his relationship or is he losing it for the NFL? You know?
So here's what Travis Kelce
I personally think it's his last year. What do you say?
He said, Kelce rumors that he lost. Don't believe all you read on it. Yeah, from the end of the last year. He said, "This is it.
This is
if
it."
They don't win. If they don't go Super Bowl, win.
He's already up there as one of the greatest of all time. He's top 3 for sure.
Yeah.
He's up there with Tony and Gronk for sure.
And look at what he started with his brother with their podcast, and everything that they got going on with that. It's already becoming huge, So,
I think it's called the New Heights
know.
podcast. Let me
Yeah, I believe so.
look it up because I want to shout them out, even though
Yeah,
they're
that's
smaller.
super awesome. And I also want to shout out, the Manning brothers.
Yeah,
from
New
Monday
Heights with
Night
Jason.
Football.
New Heights with Jason and Travis Kelce. If you guys haven't heard of their podcast or seen their podcast, definitely check it out, dude. It's funny. It's informational.
Check it out.
It's really good. And they're really good guys. But yeah, and then whose podcast did you shout out?
Oh, I was not a podcast, but the Monday Night Football.
Monday Night
Manning
Manning
brothers.
Support the Manning brothers, man.
That's another thing. If you can, check it out. It's pretty funny. It's pretty cool.
Check
They
them
do
out.
some funny stuff sometimes. So they always have some guests. So next up, go ahead, hop in it.
And next up, we got Yair to the Ravens. Yair Alexander to the Ravens, dude.
Oh, $4 million contract.
That's it. That's all they need, bro.
Including an average salary.
Oh my gosh, this is what the Ravens needed, bro. They were getting diced up on the defensive end of the ball. Now this solidifies they can run the ones.
Hey,
they can run the ones with him.
Let's talk about the Ravens defense.
Oh my gosh.
Here we go now.
Hold on. Because who do the Ravens play week 1? I think they play the Bills. So we're really about to find out that dude you're talking about, Kenyon Cole or whatever.
Well, okay, so we'll do the defense and then I'll go cover the Bills offense since we want to talk about that game. New look defense for the Ravens. Cornerback Jair Alexander, cornerback Marlon Humphrey, cornerback Nate Wiggins, safety Kyle Hamilton coming off of a breakout year. Safety Malachi Starks. So
they got weapons.
Pretty huge right there. But yeah.
Check on the baby real quick, folks. Sorry about that. I had to check on the baby real quick. Man, I think that puts the Ravens, personally, as, I'm going to go ahead and say it. I think this pickup puts the Ravens as the best team in the AFC. I think the Ravens picking up Yair Alexander solidifies them as the best team in the NFC or in the AFC. And also,
get that trash out
and you know
of
what
here.
the cool thing about this? You know what the cool thing about this is?
Tell you, brother. Lamar Jackson has not proven his worth in the playoffs. I get defense things too, but you have to be able to get past round 1 and round 2 of the playoffs.
Well, check this out. Though. This is why I think this. So there's only one quarterback in the AFC that can get past there. But this is what I think this does for the Ravens. It solidifies them as the number 1 team right now. Week 1, the Ravens go to Buffalo. It's at Buffalo. And we don't have to wait until, like for instance, week 5 when we play, we don't have to wait until week 12 to see if the Ravens and the Bills are really legit. We get to find out week 1.
Okay, but just legit. Like the Bills,
just like we get to find out with the Cowboys. Can I throw something out
here for you?
Oh yeah.
Can I throw something out here? Hold on.
Or you can get the bet book out. The Ravens are beating the Bills.
Hold on. Let me tell you some facts here, okay? Yeah. Ready? Are you ready? You always talk about Josh Allen and being Patrick Mahomes, like his nemesis is Patrick Mahomes, right?
He stinks.
Well, guess what? He's 1-4 against him. Well, guess what? Lamar Jackson is the freaking exact same, bro. So if you want to sit here and say blah 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 blah, okay, if he beats the Bills, guess what? You told me already the Bills have to prove themselves against the Chiefs. So then the Lamar Jackson's the same thing. Guess what? We can. We can. And we will, baby. We will.
All right,
I'm ready to show it. We ready to prove it to you guys.
We need it proven.
I
would love for a different AFC team to go because the NFC, bro, a different team goes every year. For the AFC, it's like Chiefs.
Disrespect.
Also, though, on that week 1 game, where the Ravens go to Buffalo to find out, it's a Sunday night football game. You already know Joe and I will be covering that game Sunday night.
Yep. We're going to be covering football heavy this year, guys. I hope you guys are ready. I'll cover a couple topics before we jump into the one that's
Let's go ahead and do a TD. Give me about 2 seconds. Let's just take a quick break real quick. Quick break. Let's get a break going.
TD's timeout?
TD's timeout. Go ahead and heat up. We'll cut the spread off and go ahead and heat up. Yep.
Here we go. He'll be right back, and then we'll get back into it. Sorry about that.
We're back. We're back, folks. We're back from the TD timeout. Sorry about that. Had to make sure the baby was good and things like that. But yeah, we'll go ahead and check back into the next NFL topic. We got top 10.
I'll go. No. I got a couple things first. Hold on.
Okay, go ahead.
I got a couple things. Hold on.
Go ahead.
So I want to cover most quarterback rushing yards in the last 5 seasons. So I love how you always want to bring up blah. Jalen Hurts don't run. Lamar Jackson in 72 games, 4,272. Okay, but we know
Is he the number one?
he's the runner. Yeah, that's number one. We know that though, right? Guess who's number two? Jalen Hurts, 3,133 yards.
Who's behind him?
So you can't sit here and say that he is not a running quarterback.
Bro, he's almost
Josh
1,000
Allen. It was
Thank you.
83 games. He's played more games than both of them, and has less yards with 3,000.
He ran the ball more. He might win more.
Behind that, he's played 50 games, so he's played a lot less, and he's number 4. He's at 2,509. So if he stays in the league, he might surpass
Justin Fields has already played
them.
50 games. Oh my gosh, bro.
And then number 5 is Kyler Murray with 66 games at 2,469 yards. So that's a little, little fun fact for you there. Next, I wanted to cover which new quarterback wide receiver duo will have the most touchdowns. We're going to do TD's bet book. We're going to guess. We get one guess only. I'm going to cover this list. This is the list that we guessed from. Aaron Rodgers, DK Metcalf, Sam Darnold, Cooper Kupp. Oh, and that was Steelers, and that was Seahawks. Matt Stafford and Devontae Adams for the Rams. Jaden Daniels and Deebo Samuel for the Commanders. Dak and Pickens for the Cowboys. Jackson and Hopkins for the Ravens. Drake May and Stephon Diggs for the Patriots. And Russell Wilson and Malik Neighbors for the Giants.
Who was the fourth one you said?
Jaden Daniels, Deebo.
Oh, before that.
Stafford and Adams.
Stafford Adams. That's who I got.
I'm going to go with Daniel Samuels. Jaden Daniels and Deebo Samuels.
Okay.
Okay.
How much we pay?
So how much?
The price?
Yeah, 50 on each.
How's that work? 50 each.
Which is just whoever
Just 50
gets
bucks?
it. Yeah.
$50. All right. So if I get it, so is it whoever's closer, whoever has more at the end of the year? So is this a for sure payout?
Yeah, whichever quarter.
Whichever duo has more.
Yeah, whichever out of the two that we bet has the most.
And we just want the audience
and I have
to know.
This picture.
We want the audience to know.
I'll show
and
the audience the pictures too.
Well, hold on. I want the audience to know and the and the people to know that all of our bets do not null and void. So if we have an injury or anybody happens, our bets are still going. They do not null and void. Now, if a game is canceled and things like that, we can talk about that. But as far as like for instance, if Halliburton was injured tonight and couldn't play in the OKC one, I still would have paid Joe $50.
Yep.
So
because that's already the end of the finals, It didn't happen. So
you talking about traps, huh? Let's go. Almost flexed out.
Update on the finger. It is fractured. I broke the tip right off. Clean break right off.
His finger's broken.
Sucks. Life sucks over here right now. Is what it is. We'll get into the bet book again here in a minute. Next up, got biggest rivals. Thought this was pretty interesting, only because of one reason, but here we go. So we got the Patriots' biggest rivals, the Jets. The Dolphins' biggest rivals, the Patriots. Bills is the Chiefs. Jets is the Patriots. Ravens is the Steelers. Browns is the Browns. Steelers is the Ravens. Bengals is the Steelers. Texans is the Colts. Colts is the Patriots. Jaguars is the Patriots. Titans is the Colts. Chiefs is the Raiders. Raiders is the Chiefs. Chargers is the Broncos. Broncos is the Chargers. Giants is the Cowboys. Eagles is the Cowboys. Cowboys is the Niners. Commanders is the Cowboys. Rams is the Patriots. Arizona is the Packers. Seattle's the Patriots. 49ers is the Cowboys. Saints is the Falcons. Panthers is the Falcons. Bucks is the Rams. Falcons is the Saints. Bears is the Packers. Packers is the 49ers. Lions is the Vikings. Vikings is the Packers. So all these teams are I listed besides one were listed twice, and that's the freaking Eagles, because ain't nobody scared of the Eagles.
I noticed that too.
Are terrified of somebody.
Nah, that just means we have no rivals.
That's pretty crazy though. But yeah, so I can't remember. I think it was like professional sports news or something like that. They had posted on Facebook NFL's top 10 defenses, and it went in this order: Denver Broncos, Eagles, Vikings, Chargers, Lions, Seattle Seahawks, Texans, Ravens, Cleveland Browns, and the Packers. But if you Google it right now, in no order, going just as it sits, there's Titans, Eagles, Jets, Broncos, Texans, Packers, Ravens, Chiefs, Pittsburgh, and Minnesota Vikings. So I wanted to show you, if the Titans are out here as one of the ranked highest as the defenses, and you think, well, let's go. Where's LJ at? This man's running from the bet.
Yeah, he is running. He is running.
He's scared.
Well,
He
I
ain't
want.
answering back. He ain't getting on for the live bet. He ain't trying
We're
to
gonna-
get tickets. What it is, what it don't, I don't know.
Hey, I would just get my own. Fuck it. Hey, what it is though is Joe's gonna have to bust out this bet book because he is just like this guy who came out with this article. Delusional. He thinks the Broncos have the best defense in the league. Maybe on paper. But let me know when your rookie gets pick 6 in the Super Bowl on his birthday. Traps are back. Hey,
Yeah,
Trap.
okay. Let me know when your rookie cornerback that gets to play with a Saquon and a Jalen and a AJ Brown and a Devontae Smith and a Dallas Goddard and all these other names. Don't even want to get me started.
It's almost like we built them over the years.
All right, here we go. Here we go.
Shout out Boomstick.
What do we bet?
Shout out Boomstick. Shout out Boomstick.
Hey, go ahead. Go ahead. Go ahead.
How much you want to lose?
I don't know where I put mine.
How much you want to
Whoever
lose?
has a better defense at the end of the year?
Let's get some serious money paid out.
200.
Let's get some
300. 400.
Oh my god.
300.
Nah, I'm not gonna do 300. I'll do one.
Scared. All right, 150.
I'll do 150. Yeah.
All right, better defense.
Ranked per NFL, not no Adam Schefter.
NFL
For power rankings via the NFL.
End of season, regular season, not because what happens
regular season.
So we're checking week 17.
Bro, we're about to go crazy.
150.
3 topics and photos.
That's what I was gonna switch it. I forgot to switch it. That's what I was covering on my phone.
Oh, yeah, those are some good topics, man. Shout out Joe. Shout out Joe for those topics, man.
And then go ahead, jump into our last one. That ends the bet book for the night. Should be TD's Would You Rather segment.
Yep. We got a Would You Rather segment. The TD's Would You Rather to end the night with. Would you rather always have damp socks or always have a pebble in your shoes? I think I can hear your fan or something.
Oh, that's odd.
Something is like. No, I can hear something. Something's going on. Would you rather always? We'll edit that part out. Would you rather? Here we go. Would you rather always have damp socks or always have a pebble in your shoe? I'm gonna go ahead and say. Oh, fuck.
Probably
I'm definitely gonna have a pebble in my shoe, bro.
If you have damp socks and you get wet and then you get it all blistered, you ain't walking.
Bro, speaking of pebble, maybe I'll cover this on a future episode because I love like mysteries and things like that, murder mysteries and stuff. There was a guy, I'm not sure who it was, I'm not sure how, but he had robbed a bank or robbed something, and what he did so he didn't get caught was he put a pebble in his shoe, so it looked like he walked different. And they had him on video walking, and he's like, I don't walk like that. And he was walking over. He's like, yeah, it eliminated him. I'm pretty sure, but I'll have to look into that though. But
that's crazy.
Yeah, I'm definitely going pebble in the shoe. Definitely going pebble in the shoe.
But yeah, that ends it for the night. We are gonna let you guys know the sneak peek to next topic is gonna be a Marvel focused episode. So be ready. We'll talk Marvel movies, Marvel characters, and Marvel TV shows, all kinds of stuff here.
Yep.
He's
shout out Logan
and all kinds of things.
Shout out Logan LeBeau for some of the topic or two. I told him I shout him out, and if he threw a topic in here, man. So shout out to my boy. I hope everybody's doing well, man. You guys have a blessed night, and we'll see you next week for the next episode. Joe's got the outro coming on. If you want to hit that music, hit that music.
It threw me on the spotlight. Here we go.
That music.
Thank you, everybody. PD takes.
And don't let me jump on this beat. Good night, everybody.